Did you experience this really annoying bell noise coming from the back of your Harley Davidson? I was one of those riders that actually did, and I know that there is a lot of people that are hearing the same noises that I did. So I did some research on this topic, and if you'd like to learn how to prevent this from happening and what is causing this, please stick around and I will share with you what I got. Here we go. Thank you so much for visiting Riders United YouTube channel. This is where I release a weekly video related to the motorcycles. And in case you didn't subscribe yet, please like and subscribe. You have the subscription icon on the right corner of your screen. I would really appreciate it. And let me get to the topic of our video today. And this one will be about this horrible noises that we are experiencing when we are riding these new Softail motorcycles. And unfortunately, it looks like in many cases, those motorcycles that are released from the factory, they are improperly aligned, and also the belt tension is changing after specific mileage for those bikes. So let me provide some additional details, so hopefully it will help you out. So one of those really important factors that you have to take under consideration when you are investigating this issue is the fact that the belt tension will change depending on the mileage of your motorcycle. And I'm mainly talking about the brand new bike that maybe you bought from the dealership. And if you didn't reach the 1,000 miles mark yet, this belt specification is between 3/16 and half of an inch. After this initial 1,000 miles, the belt should be actually adjusted and to get a little bit more loose, and it's supposed to be between half of an inch and 9/16. Unfortunately, I expect that the many dealers, when they are doing those 1,000-mile services, they properly didn't adjust the belt, and this is the reason we are dealing with this issue, because if they don't really do it, we are ending up with the belt that is too tight. On top of that, there is additional issues with this specific model, that many times when they release the bike from the factory, those motorcycles are improperly aligned. So that will require additional alignment that will be properly done, and also adjustment of the belt. So after you do those two things, there is pretty good chance that you will get rid of this unfortunate noise that we can hear. And in this short video, I will show you how to adjust the belt, how to check the tension, and also how to align your wheels so you can get rid of this issue. First of all, I would like to clarify some of the misconceptions that many people have about those bars in the window for the belt. So as the manual states, each of these bars and the spaces in 1/16 of an inch, as shown in here. So please make sure that you properly refer to the spaces between those bars and the thickness of this bar. Here you can see two different tools. This one is the belt tension gauge. So you will have this O-ring in here that will mark 10 pounds of force. You can see number 10 in here. And after you place this O-ring in here, you will be able to put this part of this tool on the belt and then apply 10 pounds of force, and it will allow you to verify the tension of your belt. And this one is the axle alignment tool, which is actually self-made. So I just used the service manual. They said that I can take a piece of the rod, bend it with like 90 degrees, and you will put this small O-ring in here that you should be able to move depending where your axle is, and this little tool will help you to verify the alignment of your axle. So I prepared the motorcycle as per the manual. So the bike is in neutral, it's in the ambient temperature, and it's unloaded, also standing on the kickstand. So as you can see, I try to get the good angle, but I think that we are really nicely aligned with this last mark. If I move the belt a little bit, you can see the light shining through it. So let me just measure the tension of this belt. So we'll place the belt tensioning tool directly underneath, and we'll apply 10 pounds of pressure. So let me do that. We are here. In my specific case, I brought my bike to the dealership and I was replacing the tire, and if you didn't see this episode, I will post it up there and you can check that out. And I also asked the dealer to actually loosen my belt because I was expecting that this is the cause of my belt being so loud. And they actually lose the belt, but they lose it way over the specifications. So unfortunately, I have to go back and do everything myself because nobody can do it better than you can do it. So in order to adjust your belt, you will have to remove this saddlebag. So what you will do, you will unscrew these two screws. Those are T45. So you just get them loose. I will get this exhaust loose. I will have to remove the muffler in order to get the good access to this screw. That should do it. Okay, I will have to remove those screws. For those I'm using 316 just to get this muffler off. Okay, now we can try to pull this exhaust muffler. So this is the adjustment screw for the axle. So if you will screw it in, you will move the axle back. So obviously we have to lose the nut in here just to make sure that the axle is free and it can easily move. It's a good moment to clean all this off. I'm gonna just use the Windex, just wipe it down so everything is nice and clean. So I will highly recommend marking this screw just so you have good reference, so you can turn both of those screws the same amount of time in case your alignment is properly done and you don't see the bike waving left or right. What I will do right now, I will get this nut loose on the axle. So for this I'm gonna just use this big wrench. So now your axle will be freely moving forward or backward. So now I will try to turn this screw in because I have to move my axle this way to the back in order to tighten the belt. Now I will do the same thing on the opposite side. Here, as you can see, I marked the bolt so it's easy for the reference. So I will go about this much on both sides. So now I adjusted my belt and let's check the tension one more time. So this is our starting point. And we just get to this 10 pounds of pressure. So this is here. As you can see, it's about 9/16 right now. So in order to properly verify the alignment, you will take this tool, which is the rod that is bent 90 degrees, and you will place this tiny little O-ring in here, and you will put this part of the rod on this flat surface in here, and you will position the O-ring in the middle of the axle, and you will measure the same distance on the opposite side, and if the measurement from this flat surface to the middle of the axle is the same, that means that you are properly aligned. Okay, now that we align the wheel and axle properly, we can tie this screw back and put the muffler back and then install the saddlebag in order to finish the job. Alright, that should do it. Now we'll put our muffler back. We'll put the thread lock as always, just to secure everything really nicely. Alright. This is nice and tight. Now we'll tighten this screw. It's a good moment to wipe everything before you put it together. Okay, I'm gonna put some thread locker on those screws. Okay, so now you can hand tight these screws. Done deal. So I really hope that this short video will help you out to get rid of this unfortunate problem that shouldn't really happen on a brand new bike, but it looks like a lot of us experiencing it. So if you like this video and would like to see some more in the future, please like and subscribe. You can also catch me on the different platforms. I'm on Instagram and also on the TikTok and lately also on the Twitter. So this is everything I got for you today. I really appreciate your time with me, and please ride safe and help each other out, and hopefully to see you on the road. Bye bye.